What's up everyone, it is Editing Joshua again, and by the time you're seeing this was long overdue. I was supposed to have this and the ranking of this particular franchise with this particular movie I'm talking about released in August, but multiple times I try editing on one of my other phones, and for multiple reasons, when I try editing, it just acted stupid and such. So it's taken me until now to get this, and the particular ranking includes this movie edited, and I'm very sorry about the long delays, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed editing it. This was a hell of a process to get this out for a couple months, but I'm finally gonna give you guys this review, and by all means necessary, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay Epictastic.
I'll say this, as a movie here, after seeing it, is it worth the hype that it's getting? Is it worth the praise that it's getting? I can confidently say, as an Alien fan, this made me very happy.
What's up everyone, my Epictastic community? My name is Joshua Drake of Epictastic Joshua. I talk movies, TV, music, and on a few occasions anime. If you are returning here, you know what I'm about. If you are the 80.4 who is not subscribed to the channel, welcome. This is going to be my spoiler-free review of Alien Romulus. Yes, the highly new anticipated Alien movie, and one of my most anticipated films of the year and of the summer. This is the 7th installment in the series overall, 9th if you count AVP 1 and 2, and this serves as a sequel, standalone interquel between the events of Alien and Aliens. This is directed by Fede Alvarez and stars Cailee Spaeny, Isabella Merced, Spike Fearon, Aileen Wu, David Johnson, and Archie Renaud. The premise of this movie is that we follow space colonizers as they come to face with the most terrifying life form of the universe while scavenging the deep ends of a derelict space station. So when it comes to the Alien franchise, I have been revisiting a few of these movies in my reviews leading up to this. I love the original Alien. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Aliens is such a fantastic sequel. Alien 3, yeah, I've talked about it. Resurrection sucks. I hate Alien vs. Predator Requiem. I like the two Alien prequels, Prometheus and Covenant, and I am someone who can have some guilty pleasure fun with Alien vs. Predator, the first one. So going into this one, as a fan of the Alien franchise, it's been since 2017 since we last got a movie with our iconic Xenomorph. And following the success of Prey, which took Predator back to basics, whether you like the movie or not, you have to admire that that movie was kind of a motivation for Fox and Disney to try again with Alien and do something different. So when you had Fede Alvarez come in and announce that this is going to be an interquel and what he wants to do, I became very interested. Then I was seeing the cast and such who were going to be in it, and I'll say this, after seeing it, is it worth the hype that it's getting? Is it worth the praise that it's getting? I can confidently say, as an Alien fan, this made me very happy. Between this and I finally caved into another movie, which is an R-rated MCU film. I'll give you a hint. I had a blast with Alien Romulus. This was entertaining fun. I'll just say this is a movie that some of you are gonna enjoy it if you're a die-hard Alien fan, a die-hard Fede Alvarez fan, but some people are not gonna enjoy this too kindly. But honestly, for me, the best thing you should do is go in and make up your own opinion on how you feel about this movie. Starting off with the pros of this movie, I will say I love what Fede Alvarez wanted to do in this. He's taking in ideas of branding this and putting it in between Alien and Aliens. And for that, it allows us to go back into the horror side of things, and it allows us to go back into the sci-fi set of things. It doesn't go too crazy like Alien 3 or Alien Resurrection. We're in here just right. It feels very self-contaminated in its own flesh and blood, and it really does give you that huge tension and that claustrophobic terror and extreme carnage candy. This movie is extremely violent. So this is a movie I will not say take your kids to, unlike some of you fucking parents who chose to take your kids to Deadpool 3. Shame on you.
Wrong choice, asshole.
Wow, that is such complete bullshit.
But I will say, this worked for me a lot. I got exactly what I wanted out of this. The carnage candy is pretty good and it's pretty hardcore, but it does it in a way where you could also enjoy the story. So I definitely really like the story of what you were trying to do, and I really liked a lot what this movie had to go for. So it's a lot of entertaining moments in this movie that you do get here, and I thought it was actually very good in terms of a story here. You have 5 different people who's trying to go to a new life out there in space, but also they get caught up in this crazy xenomorph action. And I like the story of these 2 astronauts. We'll talk about the characters in both the positive and negative, because I'm on both sides with the characters here. This is a very well directed film by Fede Alvarez. Fede Alvarez, it's just good to see him do a good movie again. I like this guy as a director. He made my favorite Evil Dead film, Evil Dead 2013. The original Don't Breathe, I love the original Don't Breathe. The Girl on the Spider's Web was okay, but it should have been a sequel to The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo with Daniel Craig and Rooney Mara. Here is no exception. His directing, he directs some very good striking visuals here. It is very well filmed. It looks really good in terms of filmmaking and practicality in there. I also really enjoyed the striking visuals here. Every shot in this movie looks beautiful. You could tell that this is a beautiful looking movie. They did shoot as much as on location as possible in this little self-contained environment. Is also really good use of the $80 million budget. This movie, there are a few CGI moments, but for 100% this is entirely practical. You got practical xenomorphs, you got practical sets, you got practical blood, practical gore, and it is good. I like the idea of that, and the way they chose to go about it, I really do enjoy it. The way they handled it here, and it's done in a way where I was very happy with, and I really enjoyed myself watching. So that automatically gives you a huge pass and a huge thumbs up for that, for making it look very entertaining and for being an awesome little story of its own. I really enjoyed some of the cast in this movie. Now, some actors here I like more than others, but I want to touch on Cailee Spaeny, who, again, this has kind of been her year. She is rising up. And again, I gotta support my fellow people from Tennessee, because she is from Knoxville, Tennessee, so this is badass there. I liked her in Bad Times at the El Royale, On the Basis of Sex, Vice, the Craft Legacy, even though that movie was okay, and Pacific Rim Uprising. Here as the character of Rain, she's a badass, she's likable, but she is also just someone you want to root for, and also a character that you could get behind, and I definitely really enjoyed her performance here. It also helps that she is beautiful, but that's beside the point. But her performance I thought was really good here, and I thought she really did a good job at selling you when she wants to be badass, but also when she's terrified and freaked out or scary. she's no Ellen Ripley, but that is a very high bar to get past. But Rain, as her own character, she's pretty good. And I like her little orphaned relationship with her brother, of course. You have Andy, of course, played by David Johnson, who I know some of this cast is British for some of them, but you know what, it don't bother me. I thought he was fine as Andy, as the android. I thought he did good. There's some things they do with him I actually really liked. You also had Isabella Merced, or Isabella Merner, who she's really coming into her own. And this is a huge dip in quality over Madam Web, because Madam Web, they really underutilized her talents there. And I have nothing but confidence that she is going to be a fantastic Hawkgirl in Superman next year. So automatically she is out there proving herself. She's going to be fantastic in this, and she's going to be great in The Last of Us season 2. She was great in her. They don't do a whole lot with her character-wise, but I thought the performance made up for it. I also enjoyed Archie Renal. He was alright, and also Spike Fern. They were alright. And also I liked Aileen Wu here as Navarro. So it's a relatively small cast, but some of the characters here, a big negative, they're just here to die mostly. But the ones I really did like were Rain and Andy. And I did like Kay for what she goes on here. Cinematography wise, this movie looks beautiful by Rodo Sargoes. He and Fede Alvarez, they make some beautiful looking movies. There is a lot of great shots and the horror vibes that you get in a lot of the action scenes here. They make a good use of tension and atmosphere like the original, but it also has nice callbacks to Aliens, of course. So that's why I really did appreciate about the movie a lot too. It's very paced well. It's under 2 hours, an hour and 59 minutes, 1 minute from being 2 hours. So it's not a very long movie to get through at all. Benjamin Wallfish, a great composer. I love his music. He does a fantastic job in the music department. So I really do like the music side of things. When you get the horror vibes, the Xenomorphs is scarier than they have been in a very long time. They are scary in this. The Xenomorph is scary as hell in this movie. And I'll tell you right now, if you're claustrophobic or if you're scared of these things, you're gonna have a hard time watching this movie and you're gonna be freaked out by this. I do have some issues with this movie. Like I said, I like the two characters of Rain and Andy, and they are pretty good. And I like the character of Kay for the development they give. But some of these other characters here, they're kind of just here to kind of be cannon fodder and die. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I do wish for the hour and 59 minutes, or we could have at least a few more minutes of movie to get a little bit of development there. I'm not asking for a whole 25-minute montage of that character development. Just like a little sentence or two or a few minutes. Give these characters a little bit more to do. It does take a while for the movie to get going, so you do have to be a little patient in terms of what you're getting yourself into when it comes to this movie. If you are someone who has a problem with callbacks here, you're not gonna like a lot of the callbacks in this movie. There are callbacks in here, but it's done rather well to the point where it's not a remake. It's trying to be its own thing. I appreciate the callbacks here in this. And I personally did not have a problem with the last 25 minutes when they go full Fede Alvarez. But I'll say this right now, those last 25 minutes of the movie, you're either gonna like it or you're going to hate it. Or you're gonna be in the middle with it. No matter what you think of the movie, whether you love it or hate it or somewhere in the middle. Beyond that, I thought that Alien Romulus is a good return to form back to formula for the Alien franchise. And considering the fact that it's taken us so long to get back to return to the form, I very much have a fun time with this. Again, not everyone is gonna feel the same way I do, and I've seen some of it online, but you know what? I don't let that cloud my judgment. I'm judging this movie or other movies for myself between this and the other movie that I'm kind of hinted at that I have finally saw. A good time with Alien Romulus. It has good cinematography, some good performances, good Xenomorph action, some good Carnage Candy, and I like the little story of mixing between Alien and Aliens. If you are a fan of this franchise, I would definitely recommend this. Just know that this is going to be a different movie from Alien and Aliens. Know you're going to get some callbacks to those two movies. Know that this is a standalone movie, and I think you will have fun watching this. Well, that's going to do it for the video that you just watched. If you want to see more, my channel icon is up here. If you want to see more content from me, all my social medias are right here in this end card. I will also leave a playlist and a video here for you to see what the channel is about. As always, acknowledge me, stay Epictastic, join the Epictasticness, and you guys keep it cool.